right, welcome back. Now, choosing a career can be such a niggling worry for some students who've just cleared school and are wondering, yes, we've got all these choices. How do I make sure that I choose a career that really complements my giftings and talents? And this morning, I'm being joined by Omoyo Kambo, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Inorero University. She's here to tell us more about career pathing. Welcome.
Thank you.
Inorero.
Inorero.
Yeah, what does Inorero mean?
Inorero means a sharpening place. We're sharpening minds, we're sharpening skills, we're sharpening attitudes in readiness for the future and for the 21st century workplace.
So I've got to say it like you do, is Inorero.
Inorero.
Inorero University.
Yes, a sharpening place.
A sharpening place.
Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. Right, let's just get down to the brass tacks and we talk about career pathing right now. Of course, you know, sometimes we are faced with these challenges of how do I get to the right career, because maybe my parents are pushing me to be a doctor, you know, the mainstream careers, and I'm gifted elsewhere.
Yes.
What should I consider?
Oh, thank you. One of the things that, first of all, before you even think career, you need to understand where has it all gone. And I think from the teachers who advise these students, the parents who are pushing them to join the careers that they had or they are in, and those people who are telling them you're an A student, therefore you're a medicine student or you're a lawyer. I think what we need to know where careers are concerned is where has it all gone? That's the beginning point.
Where has it
all gone in terms, where has the world gone in terms of careers? Because the global workplace has changed. And therefore, the realities of the 21st century are very, very an important starting point. Globalization. The world has become a village. So when we think careers as students, we should not think Kenya. And you should not think you must be employed by Barclays Bank here on, in Kenya, Loiter Street. Or you mustn't think, just local. Doctor, your information is local. You must think global. And therefore, thinking global means the standards have gone international. What skills and knowledge do I need to be able to perform in the international or the global stage in the workplace? You can be working in Australia, you can be working in America, you could be working in the Caymans, or God knows where else, London. And that is where it has all gone. So as students think careers, they must know where it has gone. That first of all, they're no longer here. So careers are not just about Kenya. Careers are about the world. They must understand what are the new careers. Where has it all gone? The impact of ICT in the global workplace. It has changed careers. We used to train librarians. We are training cyberlarians. Why? These days, cloud computing. We are storing it all up. I don't know where the cloud is, whether it's in the sky, but somewhere in cyberspace. That's where you archive. That's where you're storing stuff. So if you're thinking career and you're just thinking library, what you see in your school or, what you see around. So we must know what has happened in the global workplace as we choose our careers. Jobs have changed. So therefore, where have they gone to? What skills will I need for such jobs? We also need to know that a career is not a destination. And therefore, a career is a journey. And you might get into very many, as I said, ICT is even getting rid of jobs. So what you thought would be your career, no longer valid and no longer relevant in the 21st century. So are you preparing yourself for the future? When you think career, think future. Is that what you're going to be doing in the next 20 years? Or is it going to be relevant for only the next 5 years? And before you know it, the global workplace has outfaced you. So those are some of the things that they should consider. We were told, and in my time, we knew the workplace, and if you go into every workplace in Kenya, the job is baba na mama. We even sit there and expect the organization to ensure that we have dinner on our tables. That is no longer there. Job security, out of the window. We're hiring the best person who can deliver to the bottom line, and therefore we need to consider that. So if you're thinking career and thinking a place where I'll be comfortable, where I will work for the next 40 years and retire with a pension, even a pension is no longer guaranteed.
We can see them really, corruption being embroiled with our pensions.
Yeah.
So we can't rely on our pensions.
You could wake up and there's no NSSF with all due respect.
Yes. Now, tell me then, is actually the curricula in the universities right now also keeping in tandem with the changing times?
This is where I'm going to.
Because I think you're stuck in a road some place.
This is where I'm going to. So, when we are thinking careers and thinking the university I'm going to go to, That's what you should be thinking. Is the university I'm going to choose going to give me the skills, the necessary, even the attitude, because we shall see that the 21st century requires a totally different skill set. Soft skills, very, very important.
Soft skills.
ICT, an absolute amount. There's nothing. These days we deal in pesa mkononi. We don't go to the bank. I haven't been to my bank, I don't know, in the last how many years. You know, pesa mkononi. We haven't written a letter in years. Your emails, you know, all those things. So ICT has really changed the workplace. So am I going to a university that is going to give me the requisite skills, attitudes and knowledge that I need to be able to perform successfully in the global workplace? And why I say successfully, I have told you there are no longer jobs for life. We look for the next person who can do it better. And the mediocre out of the way. So you can see the challenges that our young students will be facing as they move to the universities to build, and as they move to build their careers. So we must be armed with that knowledge. Where has it gone to? Outsourcing. You thought you would be a clerk in the government for the rest of your life. The government decides we don't need clericals. We can outsource that to somebody else who does that. So we don't need, we even outsource writing checks. I'm sure our nation's checks are not done here. They're done by somebody else whose business is only to do checks.
Yeah, Rachna, as you said before, that the world has become
Completely,
flat. And
yes.
I think Thomas Friedman wrote a very nice book saying the world is flat. And in that book, he encapsulates what you say, that yes, right now we can outsource. You know, a job of writing the checks and being clerical duties can be done by a person in India.
Precisely.
Or a doctor in India can actually look at your x-rays and really recommend some diagnosis to be done. The world is really changing, but truly we're not changing with your curricula. And I'm wondering, what are the new metrics also that you've come up with in your curricula as far as the world trend is concerned right now? What is new? We talk, yes, it's changing, but we know there's only medicine, there's only journalism, there's only the mainstream careers. What are the new careers that we're having currently?
The new careers, in fact, ICT is the influence on careers. Because
ICT is broad.
Medicine will still be medicine, but how is that medicine done? We have seen operations being done by doctors from all over the world, virtually. I am lying in my bed in Kenyatta Hospital. The doctors who are operating on me, one is in India, another one is in the UK.
True.
You know? So medicine will not change. But the jobs within medicine and how they're done, that's what changes. So as institutions, those are the skills that we should be looking to do. Just what I have described here. If you're talking just, you know, a simple thing like records management, the government has thousands of records stacked in rooms. That's what has gone out. And therefore, if you're training record keepers or if you're training administrators, what skills then are you giving them? Where has record keeping gone? ICT. So is the curriculum in the university, does it incorporate ICT record keeping? What I have just said, Siberian, are we training those? Because those are some of the new careers. Are we training those instead of librarians? Are we training people who can perform those, you know, those operations I have said? Are we training people who can think? Right now, the world is looking for critical thinkers. It's looking for problem solvers. We're looking for innovation. Are we training people to be innovative in the universities? And math, we shall always teach them. But math, in what way? Math towards what? Risk is the biggest business now in the world. And that's why before we could survive with 5 actuaries in Kenya, now we can't. Because as business moves, and we must respond to that, then we must come up with also the skills that are needed. Actuarial science, now, you know, quite marketable, and the whole world looking for actuaries. Products have changed. Who would have imagined you would have gotten a loan without collateral? We knew loans were about land, your car or a building or something. Now you can walk in and get a loan without collateral. Why? Because that risk has been assessed and has been, you know, somebody has analyzed it and has mitigated for it. And that's why banks can do those things. Those are the people we are looking for now in the world. So as I said, we must, in our curricula, and that's a challenge for all institutions, and that's a challenge for curriculum development, that we must develop curricula which covers those things. Because the core will be there. The actuaries will still need their math. But are we teaching them then the other things that need to come with that math? Science. Science is key. It drives the world. If we're talking innovation, we're talking science. And that's the other thing that we need to stress on. Technology. So we're talking about science, we're talking technology, we're still talking about engineering. We can't do without those. So they call them STEM. science, technology, engineering, and math. Basic skills, and those are the areas that are driving us in the 21st century. And therefore, every institution should challenge itself. What are we doing in those areas? We're concentrating on the arts, yes, but are we concentrating on the areas that are moving the world forward?
Don't you think also the world is really moving towards the arts? Who are really making large amounts of money right now? They're not people who are wearing ties and people who are wearing spectacles like yourselves, but people who are actually sporting sports shorts and basketball attires, you know, and sports is really taking the arena right now. If we train our focus there, what do you have to say? Because it seems that we're really training our focus on the academic papers, but talent, where is the place of talent as far as curricula is concerned?
In fact, I'm coming to that, because talent is important. But I'm just in the underlying thread. We're going to do all those things. Look at the artists. Look, you're in the media. Where has the media gone? Technology. I can mix music. I can make music, whole band, in my basement or in my room, because I can use technology to create. Why are our athletes even performing to the level they're performing? Technology involved. If you look at the level of training, it's not just running up and down. The level of training, the science that goes into sport. That's what I'm saying. Those are the basics, the underlying. But talent, very, very important. And I was going to come to that, because we cannot speak careers without speaking talent, without speaking passion. And I was going to say, every student, as you choose a career, and that's the other thing I was going to say you must consider, know yourself.
Know yourself.
Know yourself. What does knowing yourself mean? First of all, what are your values? What is important to you in life? Is it helping others? Is it justice? Is it money? Is it glamour you're looking for? Because that determines where you go. If I'm looking for glamour, I'm going to look for a career in music. I'm going to look for a career in the film industry. I'm going to do, you know, if I were talented and I want glamour, I would actually go to athletics. When I win the London Marathon, there I am. So the Wanjiru story splashed all over. Now we're even putting up a monument for him. So know yourself. What are your values? What is your personality? Don't imagine that because you're a marketer, or you admire people who market, you can market, and yet you can't even sit with somebody and have this discussion we are having. You'd wish the ground will open up and swallow you. So know your personality. Are you an extrovert, an introvert? Are you a thinking, a feeling person? And then tailor your career. Look for careers that match your personality, where you will be happy. Talent, the skills that you have. What are you talented in? Is it music? You know, because if you have those skills and that aptitude, then it even makes it easier. What is your passion? And there's nothing like the word passion, because we say if you're passionate about what you do, if you love what you do, then you don't have to work for a day, because you're just enjoying. You say my business is enjoying myself every day. So you must know yourself. You must know all those things, your personality, what skills and aptitude do you have, what are you talented in, you know, what do you value, so that if you're a person who values justice, then a legal career, you will thrive very well in a legal career. If maybe you're an extrovert, and maybe then you can choose the politics, if that is a career. So we must know ourselves as students, and we must do what it is. And I have instances of people who have been pushed to careers simply because they got A's, because that's how we choose careers. An A student, right from Form 2, we push you to the sciences because you're good. Push you to medical.
And that should be what? The Joint Admission Board? Selecting for you what you should be doing.
It starts all the way from the school. The teachers advise you, the A students. So JAB just does what you have told them, that I've gotten an A, I have chosen medicine, and JAB says you have the A, you choose medicine, go to medicine. JAB only comes to throw you to anthropology when medicine is full and everything else. So you can see what it is. It actually starts right from the school, and also from the people who advise us on careers, and the influence of our parents. And we did our research, and parents influence a lot. The teacher and the parent influences a lot on careers. And then, of course, the lack of information. What's the fad? What is going? Right now, media is what is going for every student. They want to be in the media. What's the media? The glamour of sitting here and being on camera. When they see so-and-so reading news and reading well, that's what they want. Do they understand what it entails to be in the media? Do they even know what media is about? So information, very, very important. But again, the place of talent and passion. I have met somebody who trained to be a dentist. But they were a brand manager in Kenya Breweries. Kenya Breweries, then East African Breweries now.
It's true. I've also hosted a doctor here who's into furniture right now.
Yeah, I asked them, medicine and dentistry? I mean, dentistry and beer? And they said, yes, dentistry for my parents and marketing beer for me. So I said, how did that happen? And they said, I was not going to spend my life prodding people's mouths and blah, blah, blah with broken teeth and very ugly stuff. So what did they have to waste 5 years of their life doing what they don't like? You see?
So you're not really in a cul-de-sac as far as career is concerned. You can always, as you said, it is a destination.
It's a destination. It is a,
it's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's not
it is
a
not a
destination.
destination.
Yes.
It is not dentistry. And because I studied dentistry, I must. People have changed career. You've just told, I mean, furniture and medicine, that is even worse.
Yes.
But my passion was always in carpentry or in furniture making. And furniture making does not mean to be the ladder and whatever. Furniture making can be into design. It can be a huge career. That's what also we don't understand. That careers don't have to be those narrow furniture. Furniture, and that's why I say that thread of technology, that thread of where the world is going. Furniture, you can make big, you can make big business out of furniture. You can make it something big and satisfying. You can make it something intellectual when you get into design. And that's what I'm saying. Do people even understand what is involved in these careers? They don't. So if you ask somebody who's done maybe who's gone to a technical institution, who has learned, carpentry or whatever, they think they're doomed to be a carpenter in Kenyatta Market because that's our perception. But they're not. It can be much, much bigger. And the sooner we start looking at things in the bigger picture, the better for us.
The better for us.
Yes.
We're talking to Omuyu Campbell. Our subject for this morning is living without career regrets. And of course, we have callers who are on the line this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Give us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Phyllis.
Yes, Phyllis.
I'm calling from Nairobi. Watching your show, and I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
I just want to ask the BBC a question, which may not be so much related to working without regret. But I've seen her on the show, and I've always wanted to come to Inoro. So let me take this chance to ask whether they offer PhD in community development, please. I would like to pursue that.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phyllis. Another caller on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, give us your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm Kijabi Eric calling from Rongai.
Yes.
Just wanted to appreciate what the speaker she's talking about. Especially somebody like me, I went to a different career, yet later is when I discover my talent and something that I can do very well. Whereby if I've wasted almost 10 years, is when I'm waking up to build my career right now. Yeah, so it's quite important for students to understand the careers they choose and their talent, where they can fit in there and give back to the society and help the society. Yeah, so my question is, are they pushing this or maybe making effort to reach their students in schools?
All right.
If you fully understand.
Thank you for that.
Okay, thank you too.
You're welcome. Another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah. Give us your name.
Yeah, my name is Julie. My name is Julie. I'm an engineer by profession.
Yes.
But I have a passion of making clothes. And I think I am excelling in that. And I feel like I'm confused. I don't know whether I am on the right track, but I enjoy being in the clothes industry and being in the mobile company that I work for. Thank you.
Right. Well, it seems somebody also is in all of a dilemma there. I mean, I'm an engineer, but my passion is in the clothing industry. Of course, we have also another caller there, 10 years in a wrong career, but now he's developing his career. As you said, we are not in a cul-de-sac. Yes. Do you have PhDs also in community development?
The university is Inorero University, the sharpening place.
Inorero.
And we are a young university. We were Kenya School of Professional Studies, a very well-known college, a middle college. And then we grew, part of our strategic direction, we grew into Inorero University. So we are a young university, and we became university in 2009, and end of 2009. So we have not gotten to PhDs yet, because there's a whole cycle of development. You must, the Commission for Higher Education must be satisfied that you're able to run at the undergrad, at the master's, and then to PhD. So we shall get to the PhDs. Those are the areas we shall look into, the areas that are relevant. Right now, as I have said, we must know where it has gone to before you can just start picking courses here and there. So for Phyllis, we don't have a PhD yet, but we have many other things that she can do in there. And she can tell others about us. So 10 years in engineering, it is never too late. I have said a career is not a destination, it is a journey. And if you're on a journey...
No, he didn't specify if it was engineering. I think the last caller is the one who was
sorry,
talking about
no, 10 years.
Yes, yes.
He spent 10 years in the wrong career, sorry.
Yes.
A career is a journey. And you can get in the middle of your journey and you think, I'm on the wrong track. Change tack. And I tell people, and I have been, because we speak a lot to organizations, we speak a lot to students, and I would advise schools actually to get in touch with us. We give free career advisors in Inorero University. So I advise people, don't sit there disgruntled with your employer. You're not getting a promotion, you're not seeing anywhere where you're moving, you're just crunching years. Change tack, go on and learn something new and start afresh. It's never too late. I tell people, you think you retire at 55. You'll be surprised how young you are at 55.
Right. Sometimes I think also I'm really up in years as far as this career is concerned. It's too late to change. 10 years, 20 years,
No.
14 years?
No. Wake up and smell the coffee. And once you wake up, don't look back. Move on. Change career. And I advise people to do that. Go into the area you're interested in, study, acquire the necessary skills and knowledge in that area, and move on with your life. We have, what will it be? You will be 40 years disgruntled. And if you had cut your losses at 20, you would have had 20 years of bliss and joy, doing what you love to do. So it is never too late, and I would advise anybody who feels they're in the wrong career to cut their losses, move into the career that they're interested in, get the requisite skills, understand it, and move on. For the engineer and clothes, my sister, I will encourage you. Where do you think Chanel's and all these big names we hear in clothes come from? They don't come from the blues. If that's your passion, go on and do it. I actually do know a doctor who just doctor, certificate, happy graduated, but her passion was also in clothes, and a designer today. And therefore, it's never too late. And if her passion is really in clothes, and she says she's excelling in that area, get into that area. You will excel. You just never know whether you'll be the next biggest name in the world in clothes. You know, we hear the big names. We wear labels all the time. Every time I meet your suit, so what's your suit? And you're so happily telling me it's a Giorgio Armani. Giorgio Armani didn't come from the blues. If that's what you want to be, go on. Drop the engineering if it's not making you happy. Move into clothes, excel, get big in clothes. And maybe that's where you will actually make it in life. Because the other danger of being in a career that you're not happy about, actually you never become a success in life. You will not be a success if every day you wake up to go to work, it is agony. So you will not excel, you will be disgruntled, you will have the wrong attitude, you will not improve yourself in that area, and you will become a mediocre worker. And as I said, organizations are looking at the bottom line. You can see how many people banks lay off, and they don't lay off because they're mediocre. They lay them off because they're checking the bottom line. You know, I mean, and we have seen people laying off a lot of times because you come and look, the shareholders are demanding a certain level of profit. How do we make the profit? If our wages bill is eating into 3/4 of the profit and shareholders are breathing down on us, we look at those people who can perform, those people who can, with whom we can make the same money, even if we got rid of half of them. So once we start getting rid of that half, we start with the mediocre ones, the people with a bad attitude, the people who are disgruntled in their jobs. So it never helps to be in a career that you are not interested in. You actually may not become a success.
So feeling with passion for that career is very key.
It is key. That's where success comes from. You can only be a success in somewhere where you're happy. Somewhere where when you get in, you're excited, you want to explore, you want to develop, you want to research, you want to grow that area. So you want to grow in your area. But a place where it is agony every day. You see, you deal with actually just the 8 hours of the day, every day in your work. So I would like to encourage my sister to actually check the job. Of course, there are many other considerations. Where will the next meal come from?
I have a family.
Yeah, I have a family and all that. And all that.
But loans to service.
Yeah. But let's do that assessment. And if we feel, that's where we need to strike out to. The other, as I was talking about where the 21st century has moved in, the other thing I didn't say is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is where it has gone. We cannot create jobs. We're a country like Kenya talking about creating 500,000 jobs. Who will create the 500,000 jobs? The government? No, it is you and I. So everybody cannot be an employee. And those people who are looking to go to university should also look, is there a possibility of me getting self-employed when I leave university? And therefore, that comes to, again, what you say, the curriculum. Are we giving the students those skills? Are we arming them to not only come out with a big home, but to be able to move out with a big home and create a job? In Oreno University, the enterprise university doing that.
Right. Well, you tell me, in the next 20 years, because everyone now, yes, is getting a master's degree, everyone is going for the PhD. And yeah, perhaps we call for an interview, everyone really is tabling their certificate, their PhD. What else will count? Because all of us will be on an even kill. And I'm wondering what else will really count where the employer will be looking for another, maybe that wowing factor aside from the PhD.
Very good question, and thank you. Right now, the standards have gone up. You call for a clerical job, people come with masters. You're not looking for the academics, where people are looking for performance. And that's why I came back to what organizations are looking for, the bottom line. People who can perform, people with the right attitude, people who are tech savvy, because that is where it has gone, people with the 21st century skills. So if your university or where you're going, they're not arming you with those skills, I'm sorry, you're going to the wrong organization. So we're looking for that different factor. The workplace has changed. The way the workplace used to be, we used to have the boss and everybody else being told down there what to do. These days, organizations have also gone flat. We're looking for people who are self-driven. We're looking for self-management skills. We're looking for leadership skills. We're looking for people who can work in teams. Because that's innovation. If we're talking innovation, we're talking teams. If we're talking creativity, we're talking about projects. And I'm sure we've seen it even in our workplace, where you ask this team to work on this and we no longer, as we say, the world is flat. We no longer have experts. Knowledge is in common domain. We used to have the encyclopedia, which was the begin all and end all of knowledge. We now have Wikipedia, where even you can contribute to knowledge. So everybody now is knowledgeable. You have said everybody has a master's. How do you differentiate those masters? The differentiating factor is the new skills needed in the workplace. What I say, the soft skills, is the creativity, the innovation. If you're not planning to be creative, you just actually are looking for a job where you'll be given a desk and you sit and you do the same thing for the next 20 years. I am sorry, you're out of, you're out of line and you're not in touch with the reality. So even as I'm interviewing, those are the things I look for. I could actually pick you with a lower qualification, but I can see the potential in you. I can see the fire. I can see the initiative, the self-driven. You have a record of things you have done, and because that's where the workplace is heading to. We're demolishing offices. Right now, you work at home and submit your work. I don't think you have if I remember, and I did go to the old Nation House. There used to be this black room with 1,000 typewriters with guys going like this. I'm sure people now file their stories from wherever they are. That's why you can report to us from Somalia without coming here. So we're saying it's changed. You don't have to be on location. You're out there. So if you're out there, who is managing you? So I'm looking for somebody who I can send out there, and they manage themselves. They do what is right by the organization. They are committed. Those are the things that we are looking for. And as people are looking for, because, and research has shown that especially our youngsters are looking for money in jobs, the money does not just come. They need to know that there are so many other things before the money can come. It is now those other qualities, is that those other skills that we are looking for.
The soft skills you're
The
talking
soft skills, that leadership, that IT savviness, creativity and innovation, because the rate at which we are growing fast, look at the way things are becoming obsolete. And I'm sorry to mention the post office, but for me, it's one thing that, epitomizes how one day it may just close its doors. For example, if it is a courier service, the money, I remember we used to do money orders, sending money. These days you send money, phone. So you don't need the people who worked in money orders, the guy who used to work in the money order, the printer who used to print the money order, all out of business. They need to think something else. Letters, we don't do letters. We rarely do letters anymore. I'm sure even the volumes of letters they move has gone down. We don't do letters anymore. Technology has really, really changed the workplace. And just
so is that really an epitome of an industry that really refused to really change with the times, and it was just stuck in a rut?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the snail mails and all what have you that we have right
yes,
now.
yeah, precisely. And that's what I'm saying. We must, that big question I said, where has it all gone to? Because if you're not moving to the future, you're standing still and you'll be redundant, dinosaur. It is not even the people who have, it is the people who are able to change that actually succeed. Not those people who are even brilliant in what they do. So change, you must be ready to change. So those are the people we are looking for, people who are versatile, who are flexible, who can move with it. So it doesn't matter, because knowledge we must acquire, and we shall acquire. And as you're saying, everybody's going back to school. We have that whole hula baloo, the industry. Evening students all over, people going back to school to get higher qualifications. And there's nothing wrong with higher qualifications. The more knowledge we have, the more educated, the more educated community we have, the better. So it's very good that people are going back to school, that people are acquiring higher qualifications. But that will not do it.
That will not do it.
There are now those other things I have mentioned.
The soft skills.
Attitude.
Higher
for attitude. Anything else, we can take you to school to even go up to PhD. We can take you to school to get a good attitude. And those are the things that we should happen. And therefore, even coming back to careers, as we look for universities to go to, as we look for institutions to join, we must also look for those things which go the extra mile to give you a better attitude, which just don't happen on the academics, but also give you those other extra qualities. Entrepreneurship, that's the other thing I said. We are going to have to self-employ ourselves.
Briefly.
We are going to have to create jobs. We must be innovative, we must be creative, we must have entrepreneurial skills. And that is where it's also going. We see people who even drop out of school and become successful. Silicon Valley, I don't know why you imagine Silicon Valley can only happen in Silicon Valley. At least we are having the Kenyan savannah. the Kenyan savannah. Yeah. So the Kenyan savannah is about creativity and innovation, not even so much about academics. Students being incubated and coming up with great ideas. The other day now this is our second mobile boot camp.
Finally, as we're winding up, yes.
Yeah.
The other day?
We ran a mobile boot camp. The ideas that are generated there, because then we teach them how to use applications, various applications to come up with all these mobile solutions. Those are the things that will drive the world. Look at what M-Pesa has done not to Kenya, but to the world. And that's where, again, it is all going. So this university you're looking for, is it giving you such skills?
I think that's a good point now to end. Is it giving you such skills? Thank you. I really do appreciate Kambo, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Inorero University. Of course, we've been talking a lot of stuff about career. That has been the topic this morning, living without career regrets. So I know now you're not remaining none the wiser as far as making choices in your career is concerned. And if you found yourself in a wrong career, you're stuck there in a wrong career, it's never too late. Mo says it's not a destination, it's a journey. You can always change, so you're not in a cul-de-sac. Well, I'll leave you with the words of Seneca, who says, find the job you love and you'll never have to work the rest of your life. Think about that. Have a lovely day. Always we welcome your contribution and your criticism. Our numbers and SMSs should be up on your screens momentarily. Thank you and have a lovely day.